This is the Lockpicker 1969, and today I thought I would share my Challenge Lock Workbench as part of the whole Sharing Our Tools series, and that kind of goes along with the giveaway I've got going on right now. Anyways, this is my Challenge Lock Workbench. So starting in the back here, I organize different pins. These are some chain, like from dog tags, as well as some screws, and I have some cut off stainless steel threaded rod that'll work in 3mm locks. Looks like those are just standard pins. And here I have a number of T-pins, as well as the rings to make rattlesnake pins, as well as the end piece that goes on to close off the pin when I'm done making it. These have different kinds of springs, different lengths, strengths, metals, depending on what you need for the lock that I'm working on, and some more springs, lots of different varieties. These are like circlips, C-clips. And back here hiding is a number of different shims and different lengths and thicknesses. And here I work with different types of picks when I'm working on challenge locks to test things out and to give things a go. And over here we have different types of tweezers. There's also pinning tweezers. There are different types and sizes of followers, screwdrivers, and I've got forceps, as well as X-Acto knives and some other tools. And when I need to do threading, this is already set up to do 3mm. Put that back. I'm able to work on a challenge lock here, and I typically keep a couple of bins worth of pins that I've worked on already on standby and ready to go. I can pull them in and use them in a lock when I'm working on just about anything. They're all different types. Lots of fun stuff in there. And working on another challenge lock. I won't zoom in too much on that because that's the next one that I'll be releasing out. Up here I have a number of things, such as this is my caliber, and this is, if I can get it open with one hand, let me put this down for a second. And my for cutting keys. And this is an otoscope that allows me to look into the lock with the light. And a little bit of a library going on there. And these are some more locks that I've got queued up to work on next. Get my finger out of the way there. And in here are different screws in different metric sizes for assembling 3D printed types of items that I might happen to be working on. These are scrap 3mm tubing that I use for making rings and other things out of. As you can see on the top there's some finished ones. And over here is it's a digital microscope, and what you see on the screen is the image of that little pin that I have there up on the screen that I made. It's a little bit long, so I'm probably going to have to cut that one down a bit, but anyways, you get the general idea. And what do we got here? Over here, these are the different files that I use. Most of these over here are your round needle files all the way up to here. So these four are needle files. This is more of a like a triangle. Same here, different sizes and grits or you know, for files. This is a square. This is a half round, and this is a flat or a pillar file. These are used for impressioning keys for locks, and then these are just some flat files for doing rounding off work and you know, finishing up something that I might happen to be working on. And down here we have a number of different kinds of tools, including just little metric L wrenches and so forth, as well as this is my impressioning tool that I use for impressioning keys. Number of different other tools stuck in here. I won't pull them out right now, but these are a number of other kinds of files that I keep in here. I keep around anyways. The main part of the setup here is really this little setup with the Dremel multivise, where I have my Dremel, and this is, I believe, a 4300 Dremel, and that's where I spin up the camera that I'm using to record this video right now. I typically have up in this camera mount so I can record working on pins to use in my videos, and typically this camera's plugged in for those because I'll do a long pin making session and just keep the camera rolling and then cut it later to what I want to use out of it. But anyways, this bucket here keeps the dust under control, and when I do cut pins free, the pins drop down into the bucket here so I don't lose them on the floor and wind up having a heck of a time finding them later. But I do use different types of saws for cutting serrations. This is like very, very exceptionally thin. This is the hobby saw that Jay Gabriel had sent me that I absolutely love. A number of different types of sandpaper in different grits. And up here I do use the metal hacksaw blade for making wider serrations, and then when I want to do the cutoffs or I want to make some minor serrations, I use a jeweler's saw. And there's a brush which I recommend anybody and everybody have. If you have files that you're trying to keep them nice, you want to brush them off after you use your files to keep them in good working order. And here's this is a bead diamond tip bead reamer set, which was suggested to me by Jay Gabriel. That was a nice little addition to the set. And anyways, I think that about covers most of what's a part of the challenge lock bench. I do have down here, they're going to be harder to see, so I'll just pull them up, a Yale pinning kit. This is a Slage rekeying kit with pins. Then I do have down here for American Master and Abus. We'll set that aside there. Then there is the Quickset and Wiser pinning or keying kit. And last but not least, for Sargent. So that makes up most of the pinning kits. I do usually carry a bunch of extra of certain kinds of pins that I use very frequently. But anyways, that about sums it up, I believe. That makes up the bulk of the challenge lock making area. I do have bins here below that are full of different cylinders that are just waiting to be made into challenge locks. I think I showed those on a video quite a couple months back already, so I won't go back through that again. Anyways, that's about it. Thanks for watching. I almost forgot. So you can't really make challenge locks without key blanks and rod stock. So anyways, in the supply area, these are more different types of brass rod. So like I was gonna basically work on making my own tool handles, and this is just solid brass rod that I could stick in there and put on a lathe. And there's also all kinds of different brass tubing of different sizes to work on making tools for lever locks. But anyways, down below that is actually where we get into some actual rod stock. For example, this is 3mm brass rod stock for making pins out of. I've also got it in other sizes, 2.5mm and different sizes in between. This is essentially like ball bearing. These are actual metal beads that you can actually, they have holes in them, you can actually put them on pins. So that's something else I was going to be trying to figure out, making that happen in pins, and being a real pain in the butt. But down below here is actually copper rod stock and rods, as well as copper tubing. So, and then those are some Quickset Smart Gen 1, 2, and 3 locks. Up here I've got mostly stainless steel, so there's actual threaded and there's regular just stainless steel rod stock. I also have a number of magnets. What are they called? Well, magnets that are small enough to fit into, well, here's a good example. Magnets that are small enough to go into a pin stack. Anyways, Jay Gabriel sent me some of those too, and I am very grateful for that as well. Not sure what else we have here, but there's a number. I also do threaded rod that's in stainless steel for pins. And here are the key blanks. There's essentially key blanks here for every single style of cylinder I have sitting in the bins waiting to have challenge locks made out of them. But like they go into all kinds of detail. For like example, these are all master locks. There's some other ones there for Yale and other keyways. But like this, there's a bunch of them back there. Boxes of these, like KW1, and there's also the Slage all the way up through SC9. Anyway, that's generally the supplies for the challenge lock bench, and I believe that about covers it. Now we're done. Thank you for watching.